Okay, we're going to do the intro. Welcome to...
Fun Facts with Dad!
Me! Oh.
What did you just say?
Nothing. Hello everyone and welcome to our brand new podcast, Fun Facts with Dad. I'm Dad and this is my daughter...
Phoebe!
Phoebe!
Hello.
Phoebe, do you want to tell them what the podcast is about?
Yes, I do. So, this podcast is where me and Dad say 10 facts about interesting things every week. So, say we could do, planet, music, films, whatever. And this one is about doggies.
That's right, we're going to do an episode today about dogs and we're going to be telling our top 10 facts. So, we've got our list here. Am I going first?
Yes, you are.
Okay, let's start this off. Question 1. Phoebe, do you know where dogs came from long before they were pets?
I think they came from wolves.
Yep, you're actually right. Dogs, as we know them today, initially came from wild dogs, like wolves, like you said. And they actually lived hundreds of thousands of years ago in the wild. And ever since, they have evolved and become more tame. Now, Phoebe, have you ever seen Bonnie, our dog?
Yes.
Have you ever seen her turn around and around and around before she actually sits on the floor?
Yeah, it's a bit
Do you have
weird.
any idea why she would do that?
Because she's trying to chase a tail?
No. She's actually doing that because there's something in her brain called instinct. Because hundreds of thousands of years ago, dogs that lived in the wild actually turned round and round and round in the spot so that they would flatten the grass before they would sit down in that spot.
Well...
And I only learned that today as well when we was researching the episode.
Well, I've never ever seen grass in our house, so I don't know why Bonnie would do that.
It's because it's kind of imprinted in her brain and it's called instinct and she just automatically does it because that's what dogs learned to do thousands of years ago. And did you also know that the oldest breed of dog is called a Saluki? And they were actually royal pets to the Egyptians and they were around in 329 BC before Christ.
I don't know what that means.
A Saluki?
No, or a BC.
BC, that means before Christ. So it was 329 years before Jesus was born. That's how old that breed of dog is.
Yeah, Jesus was born thousands of years ago, centuries ago.
He was. He was born quite a while back, wasn't he? Have you got a question for me?
Yes, I do actually.
Oh, do you?
Dad, do you know how many different breeds of dogs there are?
I would think that there are a lot. I actually know the answer because we researched this question. Is it over 400?
That is absolutely right. Yeah.
See, I've got a good memory.
Right here it says, there are over 400 breeds of dogs in the world. That's crazy. At first I thought there was only 10. Then I said 64. Then Dad told me 400. I was so amazed.
Well, I've got to agree with you because I can't think of that many breeds off the top of my head and I certainly cannot think of over 400 different breeds of dog. No way.
I only know 2.
2? What are they?
Cocker Spaniel and Jack Russell.
Is that because we've had a Cocker Spaniel and we've had a Jack Russell?
Yes.
What about a Labrador?
Oh yeah, I know Labrador, a Border Collie. I was wrong.
So you know more than 2. You know quite a few. Right, I've got another question for you. What is the smallest dog in the world? What breed of dog is the smallest dog in the world, I should say?
I think it's a teacup dog. I think I saw this on the news once.
Teacup dog?
But I forgot it weren't one. Dad told me before, but I forgot what it was. But I could tell that the teacup dog was way smaller than it. So I think proved Google wrong.
I'm not sure. Well, the answer I got here is the world's smallest breed of dog is a Chihuahua. And did you know that small dogs are often called toy dogs? A Chihuahua is normally 6 to 9 inches tall and weighs 3 to 6 pounds. That's not very heavy at all, is it?
I didn't even know that.
So what did you call them? Teacup dogs?
Yeah.
Should we just do a quick search?
Yes.
Let's see what a teacup dog is.
Yeah, I saw it on the news.
I think I've seen them. Is that where they literally put this dog in a teacup and it fits?
Yeah, it can even fit in your pocket and the palm of your hand.
Why would you want to put a dog in your pocket?
I don't know, it just fits.
Do you want a dog to put in your pocket?
Maybe. So yeah, guys.
Let's have a look.
So everyone here, my dad is right now searching on YouTube what a teacup dog is. No, not YouTube, Google.
On Google.
Yeah, so yeah. And in a minute we're going to tell you some facts about that as well.
Right, let's have a look here.
We didn't know we'd be doing this.
Nope, this was unplanned.
Yes.
What is a teacup dog?
According to Terribly Terrier, one of the hottest commodities currently on the market are so-called teacup dogs. These dogs are miniature versions of already small breeds such as the Beagle, Maltese, Chihuahua, or Yorkie. They're smaller than any officially recognised dog breed, generally weighing 4 pounds or less at maturity.
How heavy did I say the Chihuahuas were? I said they were 3 to 6 pounds. So it was actually the right answer, but they breed the Chihuahuas to be smaller than it originally should be. The answer is still Chihuahua, but they breed them to make them smaller. I think that's kind of cruel, to be honest, do you?
I don't know what you mean.
Well, why would you want to put a dog in a teacup?
You know, they're just called teacup dogs.
I think people just want them as fashion accessories.
No, they call them teacup dogs because of how small they are. Because they say that they can fit in a teacup, but they won't.
If we had a dog the size of a teacup running around the house, I think I'd step on it.
Yeah.
And that'd be it then. The end of that dog.
Yes. And if we had 2 of them, the other dog, the bunny, what we have right now, the bunny, would eat it.
She would eat it.
Yeah.
She'd think it was a hamster.
Yeah.
Have you got a question? A fact?
Yes, I do. Dad, so talking about the smallest animals, how about we talk about the biggest animal?
The biggest one.
Dad, do you know what breed of dog is the largest?
Go on, you tell me.
Do you not want to have a guess?
Is it a Great Dane?
Ooh, Dad, you were right.
Is that because I wrote these questions?
Maybe.
Maybe. So go on then. Can you tell me anything about the Great Dane?
Oh, they normally measure about 40 inches tall and weigh 120 pounds. That's so much.
Wow, that is quite heavy. That is a
Yeah.
lot heavier than the Chihuahua dog, which weighed 3 to 6 pounds.
Yeah,
That just shows you how much bigger the Great Dane is.
they're completely the opposite.
They are. Right. I've got another fact for you now. Phoebe, do you know why dogs pant?
What does pant mean?
Do you know when it's a hot day and dogs are sitting out there and that's right, and they've got the tongue sticking out in the pant? Do you know why they do that?
Because they need water.
Yeah, I suppose so. They probably want a drink of water, because generally when you see them panting, they go for a drink, don't they, afterwards? They actually do this to circulate air into the body and circulate the air around the body to cool them down. So going and getting a drink of water could be correct as well.
I always thought Bonnie did it because she's weird.
She's doing it because she's warm. And I didn't tell you about that fact, did I, before I wrote it down? So that was a good guess, that. You said they probably needed a drink of water. And they probably need a drink of water because they're warm or hot.
Yeah.
Have you got a question for me?
Yes, I do. Dad, do you know how intelligent dogs are?
Well, I would say they are pretty clever. I mean, we taught Bonnie quite a few tricks, didn't we? We taught her how to sit and turn and shake a paw. We taught her how to stay. We taught her quite a few tricks. Am I right?
Yeah, you are. This says they are really clever.
Really clever.
Really clever.
Not really clever. Although our dog is really clever.
Yeah.
Sometimes she's a bit dopey.
Yeah. They are really clever. They can be taught to sit, lie, fetch and do toilets outside. Dogs are normally just as clever as a 2-year-old human baby. Wow, that's really impressive.
So they have the same kind of brain power as a 2-year-old child.
Yeah, and I don't think Bonnie has that though.
Well, Bonnie can do most of those tricks on that list, apart from
yeah.
fetch. I've never been able to teach her how to fetch something.
Yeah.
When she gets something, she doesn't really want to give it away, does she?
Yeah,
she runs away with
she
it.
just wants us to chase her.
She does.
She's
she makes
a
us chase
playful
her around
dog.
the house. She likes to be chased, doesn't she? That was a
Yeah.
good one. Right, it's my turn now, isn't it?
Yes. think you need to
Do you
go
know
on the
why
next
dogs
sheet.
pant? We've just done that one. Did you know that some dogs have very important jobs?
No, but I think the jobs might be to actually I don't know this one.
Have a think about it. What very important job would you give to, say, a Labrador?
To lead someone who's blind
That's exactly
or
right.
deaf.
That's exactly right. They use a lot of, especially Labradors, to
Labradors,
help blind people in everyday tasks.
Thanks for that hint about Labradors.
To help them do very important jobs. They assist the blind. So that, yeah, you were right. Well done. You got that one right. Have you got a question for me now?
Yes, I do.
Yes, I do.
Yes, I do.
Yes.
Dad, do dogs have feelings?
I would say that they do, because sometimes Bonnie acts scared. Sometimes she's, well, all the time,
She
she's
wants
very
to kill
excited and
cats.
hyper. Well, yeah, she wants to kill cats. She's very hyperactive and excitable. She never has killed. We don't
Yeah,
encourage
she
her to
doesn't
kill
really.
cats.
Yeah.
I must say.
She just chases them
Just got to
whenever
get that bit in
we're
there. We don't
Yeah.
encourage her to kill
Yeah,
cats.
sorry about all the cat lovers out
But she knows
there.
the word cat, doesn't she?
Yeah, she always goes mad and her hair goes up.
What was the question?
Do dogs have feelings?
Yes, I would say they do, because, like I said, she can be sad, she can be very excitable. I'd say they have feelings.
Yes. Okay, dogs have lots of feelings like joy, fear, anger, disgust, and love. But people believe they cannot feel guilt, pride, or shame. Oh, that's sad, because Bonnie always looks guilty.
Exactly, I was going to say the same thing. So they're saying that they can feel all those feelings, but they can't feel guilt, pride, or shame. But what happens if we catch Bonnie? So let's say that Bonnie's just eaten something off our plate, and we come and say, "Oh, what have you done?" What does she normally do? She normally puts her head down, doesn't she? Is she scared that she's going to get punished, or is she showing guilt? I would say that they can show guilt, but apparently they can't.
I think they can. I think we just proved the Google wrong.
We proved a Google wrong.
The Google.
A Google. Okay.
Wait, I need to say one more thing.
I thought you would.
Because Bonnie always takes, like, muffin wrappers, and then wrappers.
Muffin wrappers.
Yeah, and then she runs off with them, licks it. Then, when we come into the room chasing her, she just looks at us with, like guilt face. So I think that's wrong off Google.
But dogs can also feel disgust, can't they? So maybe she's disgusted in herself that she got herself caught by us. Maybe it's not guilt. Maybe she's disgusted in herself that, I let them catch me again. Not next time,
me?
human being. Phoebe, do you know the average age a dog can live until?
I think I remember looking at your phone, stalking you.
While I was researching this, you was looking at my phone.
Yes.
Right, okay.
I think it was about 20 or 25.
Years?
Oh, no. Really?
No, you're absolutely wrong. You was looking at the answer and you were still wrong.
I forgot, 10.
They live between 10 to 14 years, but I'm sure I've known some dogs to live a little bit longer than that, but on average, they live between 10 and 14 years.
Yes.
Now, let me tell you this. You remember when I told you about dog years? That
yes.
between 10 and 14 years, it's not the same. The first year of a dog's life is about 15 years in human years. That's how a dog experiences it. Because in that first year, dogs learn quite a lot. So it's the equivalent to us getting to the age of 15 and learning all the stuff we would learn in those 15 years.
Yes.
A dog has also learned the equivalent to that amount of stuff in those 15 years. Then on the dog's second year, it's generally about 9 human years. And then
it just goes on 5 years.
You remembered that from when you was looking over my shoulder. Yep, every year after that, it is about 5 human years.
Yes.
So, by the time they get to about 14, they are actually quite an old dog.
Yeah.
I'm not doing that math. Yeah, quite an old dog.
Yeah.
I think, are we up to our last question now?
Because
I've finished with my questions now. That's my 5.
I still have some.
How many have you got? You must have one left.
Yeah, I have this one, yeah. Okay, so, Dad, this last question